11, breaking news. 1 dead, 3 others shot in a Dorchester street.
Highly upset when things like this happen in our neighborhoods.
Tonight, police searching for the shooter.
Also, a massive manhunt here in Somerville. A man robbing a bank, opening fire, and taking off.
A split-second decision puts a bump in the road for that robber on the run. The man who tried to stop the gunman in his tracks. We have night team coverage.
Unsettled yet again tomorrow, but things will brighten up. I'll let you know when.
Fireworks today, and he's not coming back tomorrow. The Attorney General, Bill Barr, faces Congress talking about the Mueller report.
Take a look at this. His drone got stuck in a tree, and then so did he. Details on this high-flying New Hampshire rescue.
And massage parlors under the microscope. The shocking ties to human trafficking here at home. Tonight, 7 investigates. 7 News at 11 starts now.
And we begin at 11 with breaking news. There's been a deadly shooting in Dorchester. A person killed, 3 others hurt, and police are saying someone shot at them while they were sitting in their car.
Tonight, a search is underway for the shooter. The night team's Kiki Venzel live in Dorchester with the latest at 11. Kiki?
Adam and Kim, police are focusing their investigation on this street in Dorchester where they say this deadly shooting happened earlier tonight, and now they're trying to figure out who's behind it. A deadly day of violence in Dorchester. Police say a shooting left 1 man dead and 3 others injured. The shooting happened on Windermere Road around 6:30 this evening in broad daylight. A woman who lives on the street says she's shocked.
I feel safe. There's like we all know each other here. We all look out for each other, you know? So it's crazy.
Police say the 4 men in their mid to late 30s were in a car when they were shot. They do not believe it was random. A woman learning of the news from police could be heard crying loudly in the street.
We just want to offer our condolences to the family. The commissioner and I spoke briefly to some of the deceased family members.
Officials say they're disturbed by this bold act of violence.
I spoke to Mayor Walsh. We're both highly upset when things like this happen in our neighborhoods. In comparison to last year, we had 16 homicides. Unfortunately, today marks our 12th homicide.
So far, police have not made any arrests in this case. They're asking anyone with information to come forward. We're live in Dorchester. Kiki Venzel, 7 News 19.
Tonight at 11, a bank robbed, shots fired.
This gentleman put people's lives at risk.
And a man armed and dangerous.
There's no regard for life.
A robber chased and slammed.
We're just hoping to slow him down.
Police swarming the streets.
The Somerville Police Department will not stop until this person is found.
Chaotic crimes sparking a massive manhunt.
Detectives say this guy fired a gun inside a bank and then started shooting at police. The hours-long search in Somerville is still happening as we speak. From the latest on the investigation to the brave bystander who tried to stop the robber, we have night team coverage. We'll start with Tim Caputo, who's live in Somerville tonight. Tim?
Yeah, and the FBI spent essentially the entire day here at this bank behind me, finally leaving just before 10 o'clock this evening. But this investigation is far from over, mostly because that bank robber is still at large.
An armed and dangerous bank robber running down the sidewalk was nearly stopped by a cross-checking man who didn't know the kind of danger he was walking into. Somerville police say moments earlier, the robber stormed into the Middlesex Federal Savings Bank in Davis Square, fired a single shot into the ceiling, and demanded money.
I saw him like this in town.
Joao Borges was inside the bank and immediately ran outside and right to a nearby police officer.
I was in shock for a while. Even after I got home, I was.
Where were you standing? You were inside?
I was inside. I was about coming out.
A Somerville police sergeant ran inside the bank seconds later, and police say that sergeant and the robber exchanged gunfire, but no one was hit.
This person is dangerous. He fired shots, at least in the air, while people were occupying the bank. He fired at a Somerville police officer. He has no regard for life.
The robber ran off with a backpack full of cash. That is, until he was confronted by that stranger on the sidewalk. Even after being knocked into the bushes, the robber kept running.
One person who was walking his dog, coming out the house, walking his dog, and said he saw him running up the street and go into one of the yards.
Heavily armed officers, police dogs, and SWAT quickly filled the streets around Davis Square, searching for that robber.
I mean, it's scary, But I mean, obviously there's tons of police everywhere doing everything they can.
Hours of searching turned up nothing, but with a good picture now circulating, police hope someone recognizes this man and puts a name to a face.
This gentleman put people's lives at risk in the city of Somerville, and the Somerville Police Department will not stop until this person is found.
Authorities have not said if they recovered all the money stolen from the bank. They also haven't really gone into just how many shots were fired between that police sergeant and the bank robber, but it should be reiterated, despite all this, all day today, no one was hurt. We're live tonight in Somerville. Tim Caputo, 7 News 19.
It's video you saw first on 7. The robber slammed and slowed down by that Good Samaritan who heard police yelling and jumped in to help. Night Team's Eric Kane is live in Somerville with that part of the story. Pretty incredible to watch, Eric.
It is, Kim. This definitely was not the perfect getaway. After robbing the bank down the street, the guy ran down the sidewalk, but a Good Samaritan pushed him into this shrub, and it was all caught on this surveillance camera.
The getaway hits a snag as a Good Samaritan body checks a bank robber running away from Somerville police.
I saw a suspect fleeing, and then I could tell he was in pursuit by a police officer, so I was in position to react and had enough time to do so. So I did, just hoping to slow him down so that he could be apprehended by the officer.
Web developer David Powers was on his way to work when he made a split-second decision to step in. He had no idea this guy had just robbed a bank or shot at a police officer.
I didn't have any prior information.
Powers says he heard the officer yelling at the man and saw him running away in a camouflage jacket. When Powers knocks the robber off balance, the guy stumbles into a potted shrub, and the backpack he was holding is sent flying. Inside, police found money and a gun. The officer seen seconds later in the surveillance video running after the robber.
The suspect kept running, so the weapon and the cash stayed right here in front of the office, and the suspect kept running. They're still looking for him now.
Jack Connolly works at this Davis Square insurance company near the bank, and he praises Powers' quick thinking and quick reflexes that tripped up the thief.
He saw the officer, reacted, slowed him down, knocked that bag loose with the weapon and the money. He had no idea. Really a hero.
And while a gun was recovered near the bank, police still consider this man to be armed and dangerous. Live in Somerville, Eric Kane, 7 News 19.
The night team now looking at your forecast. Cloudy and cool across New England, and it looks like things will be staying that way, especially when the sun comes up. Let's go to Chief Meteorologist Jeremy Reiner and a look at some of the current temperatures. Jeremy?
Adam, all those clouds keeping temps upper 40s to the low 50s. The city at 51 at this time. Norwood 51 as well. There are some rain showers moving across New York State and now into northern New England, and I do think some of these will make the trek into our part of the world late tonight and early tomorrow morning for your morning commute. So for tonight, cloudy skies, a few showers will show up northern New England. Temps between 42 and 50. The morning commute features clouds. Could be a spot shower. I think most towns will stay dry, but likely needing the rain gears to head out the front door just for the possibility of an isolated shower through the day. Temps tomorrow morning in the low 50s, and oddly enough, those numbers will go downhill into the mid and upper 40s by tomorrow evening, holding on to the clouds, the cool, raw conditions, patchy drizzle, but we will brighten it up for the weekend. We'll pick up the story from there in a few minutes.
Now, from the 19, the Attorney General under fire.
I decided to simply state what the bottom line conclusions were.
And lawmakers fired up.
You should resign.
He's going to have to answer for apparently testifying untruthfully.
Tonight, clashes on Capitol Hill over the handling of the Mueller report.
Attorney General William Barr grilled on the Hill. This hearing heated as he defended how he handled the Mueller report. Democrats firing back, calling for him to resign. And tonight, Barr says he will not be back tomorrow. Ryan Schulteis joins us with more.
And Kim, Barr faced tough questions from Democrats who accused him of unfairly spinning the Mueller report in the president's favor. And today, in front of that Senate committee, the Attorney General defended his actions. Attorney General William Barr under fire in the nation's capital today.
You lied to Congress. Being Attorney General of the United States is a sacred trust. You have betrayed that trust. America deserves better. You should resign.
Minutes before Barr's testimony, the Justice Department released a March letter from Special Counsel Robert Mueller. In it, Mueller says Barr's summary of the investigation and conclusion the president did not obstruct justice, quote, did not fully capture the context, nature, and substance of his report.
The letter's a bit snitty, and I think it was probably written by one of his staff people. I decided to simply state what the bottom line conclusions were.
Barr explaining why he made the call not to bring an obstruction charge despite the special counsel laying out nearly a dozen potentially obstructive acts.
You, in effect, exonerated or cleared the president. No, I didn't exonerate. I said that we did not believe that there was sufficient evidence to establish an obstruction offense.
During an interview today on Boston Herald Radio, President Trump weighed in on the Attorney General's testimony.
I heard that the Attorney General was really, really solid and did a great job today.
The hearing got tense at times, with the Republican committee chairman, Senator Lindsey Graham, jumping in when he thought the Hawaii Democratic senator crossed the line.
Please, Mr. Attorney General, give us some credit for knowing what the hell is going on around here with you.
Listen, you slandered this man.
Yeah, what I sort of want to know is how do we get to this point?
I do not think that I'm slandering anyone.
All I can say,
Mr. Chairman, I am done. Thank you very much.
Late this afternoon, Barr told lawmakers he will not testify in front of the House Judiciary Committee tomorrow because of the panel's insistence that he be questioned by committee lawyers, and the chairman of the committee fired back.
The Attorney General has a nerve to try to dictate, and the administration has a nerve to dictate our procedures.
Lawmakers say they're now looking at May 15th as a possible date for Special Counsel Robert Mueller to testify. In the newsroom, Ryan Schultz, 7 News 19.
To the latest in the case against Robert Kraft, a judge ordering the Patriots owner to appear in court later this month. Kraft appearing at a charity event in Boston tonight. According to court documents, the Patriots owner must be in court on May 21st. Kraft has pleaded not guilty to 2 charges of soliciting prostitution. Prosecutors say they have video that shows him paying for and engaging in a sexual act inside the Orchids of Asia day spa in Florida. So far, the judge has ruled the video should not be released to the public. Today, the police officer who pulled over Kraft during the investigation into the spa testified about their encounter.
He asked me if I was a Dolphins fan. He told me he was the owner of the New England Patriots. I was just trying to alleviate any stress of the situation. He knew he just was involved in something.
A judge in a separate case in Florida ruled that prosecutors could not use hidden surveillance videos from 2 other day spas as evidence.
We are following more news tonight. College students killed in a tragedy on campus. One of them rushing for a man who opened fire at UNC Charlotte. Many students and faculty coming together and mourning this loss at a vigil tonight. Jadian Thompson is here with the latest.
Well, Kim, that heroic student's family says he was hoping to join the military right after college, and police say his actions likely saved lives.
A campus in mourning tonight during a vigil to remember the victims of yesterday's shooting at UNC Charlotte. 2 students were killed when a man barged into their classroom and opened fire.
All I remember was hearing 3 shots, just 3 shots, and I went down. And the guy next to me got shot. It was just really scary.
4 more people badly hurt, including Rutland native Drew Piscaro. His family says he underwent surgery.
We mourn the loss of life. We pray for those who are being treated at the hospital right now.
Today, police say victim Riley Howell died a hero trying to stop the gunman.
But for his work, the assailant may not have been disarmed. Unfortunately, he gave his life in the process. But his sacrifice saved lives.
Officers arrested 22-year-old Tristan Terrell, charging him with 2 counts of murder. The former UNC student smiling as he's led away in handcuffs. Officials say he legally purchased the gun used in the shooting. Police say he targeted a specific building, but they still don't know his motive.
We're going to be committed to a fact-finding mission that takes time. We're going to seek justice. We're going to leave no stone unturned.
UNCC is set to reopen tomorrow, but final exams have been postponed until next week as the community continues to mourn.
Remember, we are Charlotte Strong. We will get through this together.
Terrell is being held without bail. He's due in court tomorrow afternoon. Live in the newsroom, Jadian Thompson, 7 News 19.
New video of a tractor-trailer crash in Chelsea. Surveillance camera showing the moment right there. The truck rolled over and spilled trash all over the road. It's on the Route 16 off-ramp to Route 1 at the Chelsea-Saugus line. Sky 7 HD over that scene to give you a bird's-eye view earlier today. No one was hurt out there, but it did take crews hours to clean up. Roads are all back open tonight.
Coming up, bombshell accusations, putting massage parlors under the microscope.
These are women who are exploited. This is not a victimless crime.
Steve Tellier takes you inside a chain of local parlors. The shocking details of human trafficking happening right here at home. 7 Investigates, coming up on 7 News.
Plus, a New Hampshire man's plans left up in the air when he tries to get his drone out of a tree.
Cloudy skies for tomorrow, spot shower. Much the same on Friday. Weekend forecast in a few minutes.
We'll keep watching some breaking news tonight. 1 person killed, 3 others injured in a Dorchester shooting. This is the scene. Police are now looking for the person responsible. We'll be back.